Hey guys, welcome back to the garage, this time around with the BMW F800GS, and I guess we can call this the quarantine series, where I install parts that nobody wants me to install just because they're laying around the garage. And today's part is those cheap turn signals from Amazon. I think they were like $10 or something like that. They're gonna replace the OEM gigantic spears that the bike has up front and in the back, and let's see how it goes. But enough with the chit chat, let's get on it. As always, I'm not just going to pull this, cut the wires and install the new one. I'm gonna open this thing, remove the wires from inside the turn signal because I want to keep the OEM plug in the back. Let's get on it. There is a single screw in theory. I'm saying in theory because I never took those turn signals apart, so we'll see. They look very similar to the Aprilia one. Let's see if they come apart the same way. All right. And we have a brown and a blue wire. Let's unplug them. As always in BMW fashion, this is a Torx, and to be exact is a T27. And there is a 10mm nut in the back, which we're gonna hold. Remember, because you don't like the OEM signal, doesn't mean that the next guy you're gonna sell the bike to doesn't like them as well. So I try to keep all the OEM parts and give it to the new owner once I replace the bike. Great quality, said in a very, very sarcastic way. Let's make sure that the turn signal at the very least fits. It does. I wish there was a company that would make turn signal flush, because we have the recess on the bike front and back, and it would look awesome if there was something that goes flush in there. If you guys know if this exists, leave a message, shoot me a message with a link or something that I'll replace it. Those are only 10 bucks, it's not that expensive. So at this point, the next step is to just cut those wires or those connectors over here, chuck them in the trash, and now it's time to strip those wires. Damn, those wires are thin. Slip this thing into it like that, and I'm gonna crimp it. So now this is ready to install. Now your question is, but Albe, don't you need some sort of relay because those are LED and those were not? Answer is, I don't know. I'm gonna put them on, check them out. If they work, they work. If they don't work, I'll buy a relay. If they hyper flash, I'll buy a relay and do that. Okay, let's try red with blue, black with brown. They do work. They do hyper flash. Wishful thinking is all 4 LEDs will not hyper flash, but even if it does, I'll just add a relay later on. Right now I just want them on. Pass the wires through the hole. Pass the nut through the wires, because if you don't do it now, you're not gonna do it later. All right, I'm just gonna leave it loose for now. And then time to connect. And now what I'm gonna do is get all this excess wire, bundle it up and zip tie it. So it looks decent and is definitely good for now, but I'm gonna move on to the other side, and I'll catch you guys when I move to the rear side, since the left side is exactly the same as the right side, and you can just rewind and rewatch this part to do that side.
2 hours later.
It is time to do exactly the same thing to the back turn signal. The only thing in the back is that the bolt and the wires are all tucked in under the seat over here, and they're kind of hard to reach, but let's just start taking off the lens and unplugging the wires, and then we'll figure something out. One thing that BMW did smart is they actually didn't put a bolt, a nut in the back. They actually put one of those retaining clips, so there is nothing you need to hold in the back. You just unscrew it up front. You can just pull the wires out, and here it is. Other than that, the procedure is exactly the same, so let's do it. It's time to plug those in, and if I'm not mistaken, red with blue and black with brown. There is so much stuff in there that can't even see the nut. See if I can feel my way to it.
One eternity later.
Patience and determination, and that went in. It took me about a good 15 minutes to actually screw the nut from the inside with one finger and apply blue thread lock on it. That is in. Let me double check just in case. Yep, they are hyper flashing, and the hyper flashing is not a problem per se. If it wasn't that on the dash you get a warning triangle and it says lamp, because apparently they're not drawing enough power, and the computer on board on the bike reads it as one of the lights. It's either missing or it needs to be replaced. So a few days went by. You guys can tell from my different attire and from my hair, completely out of control because of the quarantine. I was able to get resistors online and have it shipped home. They finally made it here. The installation was a breeze because mostly I had connectors already on the turn signals. It was just a matter of putting connectors on those resistors and just plug it in. I bought two different kinds of resistors because I wasn't quite sure. I know that the light bulbs are 10 watts each, so I bought a 50 watt resistors and I bought 21 watts resistors. The 50 watt resistors, I thought I could get away with just one per side. I put them on, that didn't work. The lights were still hyper flashing, and since I needed to put all four of them, I opted for the 21 watts resistors because they're a little more discreet, they're a little more compact, so I chose those. The way the wiring works is on the positive side where you have red and blue, you put the yellow, so plug the yellow into the red, the yellow into the blue, and that's it. On the negative side where you have black and brown, you plug the black into the black on the resistor and the black from the resistor into the brown, and that does it, and that's it. Now those resistors in the instruction, they tell you that tend to overheat and to tie them into a metal part of your bike. The thing is, those resistors only are in use when you use the turn signals. So unless you have the turn signal on for a very long time, they do not get hot. They do get a little warm, but not enough to melt anything around them. So that is not an issue when you only have turn signal. If those go to running lights with integrated turn signals, because the running lights are on all the times, then yes, they do get hot. You need to put it where they're not gonna melt anything, and it's normal that they get hot. As I said, the installation was a breeze, and now if we turn on the bike, you guys can see that by turning right turn signal on, no hyper flash, left side, no hyper flash, and hazard light, no hyper flash. So everything work on top of that. The triangle and this light that says lamp on the dash is gone, so it takes care of that as well. And everything works as advertised. I'm very pleased. I like very much those turn signals. They're very compact compared to OEM ones, and they move a lot. But anyway, we are done for today for anything I used in this video. Turn signal, resistors, and the little crimps, the little connectors. Check the description down below. Support the channel, get yourself one of those fantastic shirts. And if you like the video, like. If you love the video, subscribe. Work on your bikes, and I'll see you next time.